Right, great.
I thought you were going to... Right, grapes.
Grapes, red grape.
Right, grapes.
Hello, my name's Rachel.
And I'm Jen.
And welcome to our tasting channel. And we're tasting something a bit different today. We're tasting some wine. Delicious wine.
You're telling me now it's delicious.
It's delicious.
I'll just say that,
wine.
thank you very much.
Yes. I made it actually. This is my,
I'm sorry.
This is my bathtub wine. I'll be very offended if you don't like it. So we're still getting into our wines very much so we're trying to cover some like key places for wine, but we were curious in some maybe more typical wine or grape varieties, but maybe for some they're from less typical regions, I suppose.
Yeah, because we always like to have stuff that's a little bit more unusual.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So this one is a Syrah, also the same grape variety as Shiraz. So Syrah is usually is from the Rhone Valley, from we think anyway, like it's very heritage, but it's also made quite commonly in California and also Australia, but this one is a South African Syrah.
So, I don't know if I've ever tried a South African Syrah.
I have not either, so this will be interesting to try.
It smells lovely.
It's lovely, so it's usually as a grape variety. It does smell delicious, doesn't it?
It does. It's really, it's like fresh but quite deeply fruity.
It's really and very sweet. I find that really sweet on the nose.
Although you're not supposed to say sweet thread wine, are you? You're not supposed to say sweet is reserved for only sweet dessert wines. Yeah.
Okay.
But I find that hard because I find them sweet.
So you might say just fruity or...
Yeah, I guess.
So usually Syrah is quite bold, quite tannic, quite dry and quite acidic.
I think, coming from like whiskey, I think what I think dry is not what wine people talk about dry being. And I think through gin I'm starting to maybe understand what dry means.
Yeah.
And I think dry is like more like crisp and fresh rather than like sweet and cloying.
Like rye.
No, that's I think what
that's what we think.
We think dry is dry, like dry and leathery and woody.
So Syrah and Shiraz are the same grape variety. I've tried a few Shirazes, I think. I don't know if I've actually had a Syrah before. They're the same grape variety, but the differences come in the region that they're made in and the whatever production practices they're using. So if they're using like steel tanks or if they're using wooden vats to ferment, etc, etc, and also the climate. So it likes a hot climate, does Syrah.
Me too.
And that's why it's, me too. And that's why it's prospered. So it's from Rhone Valley. Whereabouts is the Rhone Valley? Is that like quite
that's
south?
Like, central southern France.
So it'll be warmer there, but not as warm obviously as like South Africa.
Yeah, I think so. Although it depends where it is in South Africa because they've got the sea breeze.
So...
which has like a cooling effect depending on where it is altitude-wise and stuff, I think.
They do. I wonder if it is maybe slightly cooler than other places that make Shiraz or Syrah in South Africa, only because they spell it like Syrah, like more of a French style as opposed to Shiraz, which is more of a hot climate style, I think.
Yeah.
So that would make sense. So yeah, this one I think they use. They ferment. I think they said for like a year, or they're maturing for a year or something like that. They're maturing for a year, I think, but they don't want. I think they don't use too much wood in the process because they want it not to be dominated by wood. They want the aromatics of the grape to kind of speak for itself.
Yeah, I was going to say it's really aromatic.
It's very aromatic.
It's got like a thick, cool, like there must be like a wine tasting note for this, but it smells like, you know the blue soap you get in toilets?
Like Radox.
Yeah.
Radox, that's what it's called, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. It's got a fresh, clean, soapy, but not quite soapy, but fresh, like
a cool soap.
Yeah, a cool soap. A delicious cool soap. So.
Should we?
Yes,
Cheers.
Cheers. I can get that's dry now in taste.
Yeah.
Definitely dry.
And the tannins.
Nice berries though. Nice berries, like a wee bit of cloves, nice amount of spice, I think sometimes anise with this as well. And blackberries and quite blackcurrant forward.
Blackberries, I'm getting more berries than spice at the moment.
Definitely blackcurrant, lots of blackcurrant. So they're quite cool. They're a biodynamic vineyard, so they value minimal intervention. So they do wild yeast fermentation, and no acid additions as well. And the founder, Paul, I think his name is, he felt like he was kind of swimming against the tide when they first set up, which I think was around the 1990s, which is maybe a time of more not less focus on quality for some places, and less interest in craft stuff, and they've done very well from it, I think. They've got a nice wine tasting place there as well, quite near the vineyard.
They do a nice rosé that I've had as well.
I've not tried the rosé, but yeah,
sounds so. Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah,
it's got a wee salty note as well.
Yeah,
a bit savoury. I think that's meant to be a bit meaty and a bit savoury. It's meant to be quite a lot of Syrahs and Shirazes. There's like cool wine nerds doing cool wine nerd stuff. So University of California managed to trace this wine back to its founding. I think it was 2 other grape varieties that were its mum and dad. But they've traced
like
it back,
the origin of the grape?
Yeah, like thousands of years.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
How does it even go about that?
I don't know, I think they studied like grape matter in some way to find that out.
That's really cool.
Which is really cool. Really
so it's like the DNA of the grapes?
Yeah.
Whoa. Why and how is amazing.
It's a total like how did you get funding for that?
Yeah.
That sounds great. It's good. That would be nice with like maybe some lighter food dishes, maybe like for savoury snacking rather than like for a kind of definitely. Nice though, really nice, good, tasty wine, and they're quite affordable. Those ones as well. They're not mega bucks.
That's why I bought
which is
the rosé before. Yeah. Yeah. Join us again next time for more.
Cheers. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed our video. If you did, please give it a like and a subscribe. And you can follow us on social media at The Grail Tastings. See you next time. Slange. For more cheers.